Alright, welcome to the Yellow Kitchen. I'm Dad, and today we're going to be doing something we've never done before. We're going to be preserving a box of, I guess, reduced food. Free, not free because I paid for it. Anyway, I'm not being paid by this app to promote it, but there's an app in our area called Flash Food Sale. There's only one store in our area. It's a little kind of grocery store that sells all their almost out of date stuff and things like that. So I got this whole box of vegetables, mainly potatoes, a few onions, for $5. And we are going to use our KitchenAid and slice them and dice them. No, just slice them. And we're going to blanch them for like 1 minute, and then we're going to dehydrate them for future use. We've never done this. We've never tried this. I'm making this video because I want people to know that just because you haven't done something, don't mean you shouldn't try it. We've done dehydrated stuff before. We've done, beef jerky, and we've done some of our microgreens, and, we've done lots of, apples and bananas and things like that. But these are potatoes, and we're going to try a potato. I've never even used a gadget before, so this is a new gadget for me to use. We do like gadgets. We're very gadgety people. We need a kitchen about the size of our house for all our gadgets. So we're going to just turn this on. Oh wait, I guess I better get something to catch them. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put this in here. Get the little pusher down there. I guess we'll probably just start it. I don't know. Here we go. That seems to work well. Oh, have my note. And there we go. We got sliced potato. There. So I'll do a bowl of them, and then we'll blanch them. And here's a little hint. It's got a groove. Make sure you get the groove. Kind of like the Emperor's New Groove. Watch the groove, man. Don't throw off the groove. That works pretty slick. Got a couple eyes on that one. So we're doing this because we're not really preppers, really. I don't think we'd call ourselves preppers in any way, shape, or form. But we know the world is strange and a crazy place. You can get some reduced food. Like right now, this time of year, they sell a lot of, a lot of food on sale. And you can store it up. So I don't know if this is going to work. Had to cut it. We're going to see how that works. I may end up having to do this by hand. Yeah, boom. Works so much better when you use it. So the box has got some red potatoes and some white potatoes. And don't put your hand in there. Bad idea. Come out all nice and sliced. So that's what we're going to be doing for a little bit here. Some of these taters are a little fat, so if I cut them in half, you get little chunks. I don't know if you can do this. So again, I don't know what I'm really doing, so we're going to do it that way. A bigger potato hole. I don't know if that's right or not. hit our first snag. So, I guess we'll take this out. See what's the problem. I got a tater stuck. So, I don't understand what the glitch is. It's not working, so, well, like I said, you don't know what you're doing. You make it up as you go. So now I'm cutting the potato out of the machine. See why the machine is jammed up with potato stuff, I guess. Probably not recommended either. But you know, these are YouTube videos, so don't try these things at home, right? There we go. Alright. Oh. That like bent the whole stinking thing. Wow, that was a tough tater. Alright, well, that's a, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Okay, so, hammer is also needed to scallop potatoes apparently. Well, basically you need to push this blade back in shape. I'm not sure why the blade bent out of potato, but it did, so that's what jammed up. Let's see if that fixes it. No, that ain't right. Apparently, there we go. Okay. It's still not working. Still jamming up in there. Oh dear. Come on. Well, this is apparently much better in theory than in reality, huh? That piece right here keeps getting bent. I don't understand why. Not bent now. Nope. Okay, well, we're going to take our bowl of scalloped potatoes from our very expensive KitchenAid, which apparently isn't worth 2 cents sideways. Well, maybe it's the attachment ain't worth 2 cents sideways, I don't know. Anyways. No, it's not, it broke. No, the mixer works, the attachment broke. Well, the slicer broke, I should say. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, see, she's in the kitchen in the bedroom working, telling me to, that one tell me to, what do you do? I didn't do nothing. But for some reason, this one just, it jams up every time it comes around. I don't know why. Attachment killer, let's get it straight. Yeah, right there. Oh, I see why. Ah. It was the good for nothing attachment. There's actually a weird little plastic lip inside this that broke. Well, you can't expect much from Amazon. I mean, you know, probably from China too, so. Alright, well there you go. Let's see if that works. Oh, come on. Why is it going the wrong way? Is there a reverse on this? Is there a backwards on this, or? Yeah, we're moving again. Let's see what happens. Well, that's a very, yeah. So the moral of the story is, keep a hammer handy. And go slow. I don't think you're supposed to do half potatoes, but I'm like, well, a half a potato is better than no potato. Alright, yeah. So there you have it. Sliced and diced cheap box potatoes that we're going to dehydrate. I think it's going to take a while to set them up in the dehydrator though at this rate. It's almost ready to boil. It's almost boiling. We're going to boil the potatoes, or blanch them actually, so they say for like a minute. The magic of video is this will all be done and you'll be able to see it real quick and not see this very long drawn out process that I'm doing. A watched pot never boils, but in this case it's almost boiling. So I guess we'll pour our potatoes on in there. Like that. Get a wooden ashuda. And yeah, I'm a very messy cook, so you'll get used to seeing that if you watch me cooking. I should have my chicken apron on, but I should have. Yeah, our kitchen really isn't this yellow. It's just the way the light and the camera works. It makes it look like we live in a banana, but we really don't. It's just wood. But so what we're doing now is we're waiting to blanch the potatoes, and if you don't, they turn kind of icky black. Like, ugh. You know, I guess you could do it. I guess they weren't hurting nothing. But I'm going to try blanching them here. So. Well, I guess that happens when you're trying to mess with potatoes. The starch is why you're blanching them, right? Boy, potatoes kind of stink when they burn, don't they? Almost. Kind of make a mess here. If I ever saw a blanched potato, this would be these. Of course, it's the only time I've ever seen a blanched potato, so I wouldn't know if it was or not. Trust me, people who want to try homesteading, or this ain't really homesteading, it's more like, I don't know, what do you call this? Yeah. You kind of call this just for preparation, preparing foods, saving foods? Food saving, we'll call it food saving. And you have no idea what you're doing. That just shouldn't stop you. You should still try, because you only get better if you try things. Probably asking why I don't just dump the water through a colander, and it's probably a good idea, but I want to save the water for the next batch. That's probably a bad idea with all the starch in it, so I don't know. Let's just see. In case you've never done home videos, which I'm just getting new to, it takes a little bit of work to figure out the whole camera thing. So, this is a tray out of our dehydrator, not real complicated. And simply take your potatoes that have been blanched, they're a little warm, and put them on the tray individually, it said. Hot potato, hot potato. So probably should get a dong. That's a big dong. I don't need a big dong. I need a little dong. There we go. It's always good to have different sized dongs. Tong's just a fun word to say, so no, not that kind of tong. No, never mind. So we're gonna take some, put them on here. These are hot. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato. As the who was it? The Wiggles? Wiggles used to say hot potato, hot potato. If you don't have kids, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Probably think I'm just crazy. Or if you have modern kids, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You probably don't do the Wiggles. I think they're, I don't know, are they even around anymore?
Hot potato, hot potato, potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, 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 potato.
Yeah, I want you guys to know something. YouTube is a great thing. It shows you some amazing stuff. But reality versus YouTube. See, this is a tray of home blanched potatoes that have been sliced. And you see they're not pretty round little chips like you see on YouTube. Maybe that's because I'm not taking the time to pull out the perfect little chips and put them in the perfect place. But I want you to see reality, and reality is it's a mess. This is messy, and life is messy, and life and doing anything at home is messy. But that don't mean you shouldn't do it. It just means it's messy. And so I just want you to know that don't feel bad if they don't look exactly perfect like they do on the internet, because, well, let's face it, those people spend time doing hand sliced potatoes and showing you the perfect trays, and I'm like, no, that ain't how reality works. So, well, let me show you how I think a real person does it. And we just kind of put what we have on the tray, trying to give it room like they do, but it's definitely not your pretty little perfect round chippies that you see on YouTube and internet and all the other tubies you got out there. So don't feel bad, just do it. You know, one thing I've learned about things since we started our little hobby farm is that things don't always look pretty, but they're effective. And the reality is, these guys who spend their entire life doing nothing but YouTube videos, that's really cool. But when you have a career and you have a home and you have animals and everything else, you just kind of get through things. And they may not be pretty as they see them on TV or on the videos. So one of my favorite groups is the Big Family Homestead, and I like how they just kind of try to keep it real. This is like a reality situation. So perfection is a great thing to strive for, but as they say, when you shoot for the moon and you end up amongst the stars, you're still doing pretty good. Or in our case, if we're trying to make dehydrated potatoes, and we dehydrate potatoes, whether they're perfectly round or little weird chunky things like this, it doesn't matter in the end as long as the potato dehydrates, you know? I'm going to look like a potato myself, so I don't stop dropping it on me. So that was like, I don't know, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trays, and I got about, what, 8 or 9 potatoes on it? Made about 8 or 9 potatoes, made about 6 trays worth of dehydration. So I'm maybe 7 when I'm done. But so I'm not gonna show you the perfect round crispies because that just isn't how this is working out. Okay, so we got to put it on 135 degrees, somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 hours. And there you go. Dehydrating potatoes. Alright, good morning. It's been now about 12, 14 hours, something like that. We let them dry overnight. So we're going to open them up and see if we got black little chips or if we've got dehydrated potatoes. And looks like we ended up having some really nice dehydrated potatoes. And these we're going to put into a nice sealed tight bag and they'll last for a long time. I think I said somebody last like a couple years. I'm not sure on that one. But I'm going to go back up a little bit. So anyways, yeah. Turned out okay, a lot of work, a little messy, but overall, that's our dog clicking. Will you sit down, please? So anyways, there you go. So dehydrated potatoes, if I can do it, you can do it.